The evil, dark dragon blade. A legendary sword, said to have been carved out of the bones of a black dragon. It brought plague and death to the world during the age of ancient myth. It has been sealed by those of the dragon lineage since the dawn of history because of its incredible capacity for evil, made possible by the souls of the vanquished black dragons that dwell within it. It is said that if the blade's seal were to be broken, it would gather the hatred and evil of mankind and confer it upon the one who wields it, transforming him into the devil incarnate. However, not even those of the dragon lineage who protect it know the true extent of its power. The dragon sword, another weapon protected by the dragon lineage since ancient times. This sword, which is said to have been used by ancient warriors to slay the black dragons, is now handed down from generation to generation in the Hayabusa Ninja clan, the modern descendants of the dragon lineage. And now, the dragon sword is gripped firmly in the hands of young ninja Ryu Hayabusa.
Hello and welcome to Let's Play Ninja Gaiden Black, Master Ninja Mode. This is a bit of a nostalgic Let's Play for me, as many years ago, almost a decade at this point actually, I played Ninja Gaiden Sigma. This game's re-release on the PS3, or remake really, on Master Mode, and that was one of my first serious experiments with playing a really difficult game and recording myself doing so, and I wanted to revisit it, because many years ago when I did that Let's Play I had not properly finished Black, even though I had owned it in the past, and I wanted to revisit that, and just playing it again really got me in the urge to record it again and make a bit of a better showing than I did in the original Let's Play, as the quality of that video, or those videos, has not aged terribly well. Starting out here, we killed the only brown ninja in the game in the cutscene on this mode. We will not be seeing any more. They have all been replaced as early as hard mode, really, but now they are replaced by much worse ninjas. But hey, this guy's got an elixir of spiritual life for us. You also noticed Ryu's very ice-cold comment here. You're going to find out just how cold this is later, but we'll get to that. Now, a couple things to make note of starting out on Master Mode. We, of course, have Ryu's signature Dragon Sword, but we get a couple extra weapons as bonuses, and this is a major difference from Sigma. You do not get these weapons in Sigma. You have to find them as you would normally, although a lot of them have different locations, but that's neither here nor there. First off is the Nunchucks. I am not going to be using these in this level. They are not that good, but there will be a couple scattered uses in situations that we wouldn't have them normally, and I might use it a couple times in Chapter 3 for fun. One we're going to be using pretty extensively in this level is the Lunar. I'll be bringing this out every now and again, and the Dragon Sword also has its uses. Other than that, this is commonly missed, but we also start with the map. On lower difficulties, you actually have to find the map. I believe it's normal mode and hard mode. It's in a chest, but in Master Ninja mode and very hard mode, you just start with it. Also, that is how it was in Ninja Gaiden 2004. They changed that in Black for the lower difficulties. Heading on this way, we get the first of our Kunai advice scrolls, so let's run over and check that out, because it contains advice from Ione.
A ninja must be able to find his way, even when his path is blocked. When facing an obstacle, jump towards it and run vertically up its side until you can grab its upper edge. Move to the left or right, and climb up or drop down.
Now, I'm listening to these because for Ninja Gaiden Black, these are actually voiced, and from the guide that I read, this was also the case in Ninja Gaiden Sigma for the PS3, but I don't remember this, but for whatever reason, I guess they just didn't feel like paying more royalties to Janice Koei. These are not voiced in Sigma Plus, which is very weird to me. But yes, Ione is voiced by Janice Koei. You may recognize her as the voice of XJ9 or Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot. Now that I've pointed that out, you're never going to be able to unhear it. I'm making mention of that just because I want to bring up a little bit of trivia for upcoming scene later. And we got some more advice from her.
You must learn to be aware of your surroundings. The key to this ability lies with the right thumbstick. Acute powers of observation are one of the basic traits of a ninja. Use them now, and you should realize that you are able to climb over the rock wall that now stands in front of you.
Let's see, I forget if this is one that was in Ninja Gaiden 2004. I've just started playing that recently to get some of the differences between that version and Black. But one of the big changes between the versions of the game, in Ninja Gaiden 2004, you can move the right analog stick, and Ryu would just go into a first-person view. But in Black, you can push in the right analog stick and get some camera control. That's a little slow, but definitely nicer than just being stuck with first-person view all the time. In Sigma and Sigma Plus, this was changed around so that first-person view has a dedicated button, and instead the right analog stick, just by default, always moves the camera around. I have, in preparation for this Let's Play, also played a lot of Sigma Plus. I've gotten that completed up to very hard mode, and we'll be taking a look at that throughout this Let's Play, considering that a formal remake of my old Ninja Gaiden Sigma Let's Play. And we'll be going over some of the differences between Sigma and Black, as well as Sigma Plus and Sigma itself, so that'll be interesting. Heading up this way, got our first encounter here. Now I'm going to go for the throat right away. We want to throw this guy in the air, hit him with all those shurikens. Oh, yeah. Not the ideal start. Okay. Here we go. That was a little sloppy. What I wanted to do was kill that guy with the... We want to get that guy's essence. There we go. Yellow essence. So, yellow essence, that is our money of the game. As you can see, that guy gave me a whopping 1,050. That is because I killed him with an ultimate technique. Normally, red ninjas, they drop 150 yellow essence. But, if we kill them with an ultimate technique, we get that value multiplied by 7 times. I killed him with a fully charged ultimate technique. A half-charged ultimate technique, if I killed him with that, instead triples the amount of essence you get. But basically, you get a lot more money from killing things with ultimate techniques. It'll be a while before we can spend our yellow essence. Ione?
Do not underestimate the agility that your training has given you. Feats such as running along walls should be simple for you to perform. If you cannot reach your destination with a single leap, make use of the surrounding walls.
Thank you, Ione. So yeah, we just gotta do a wall run here, get another treasure. Now, we're getting a few potions at this point. Here's a great Spirit Elixir. The Elixir of Spiritual Life heals a small amount of our HP. This heals all of our HP. On Master Ninja mode, we have different limits for how many of these we can hold. On normal mode, you can hold 10 Elixirs of Spiritual Life and 5 Great Spirit Elixirs. But in Master mode, we can only hold 5 Elixirs of Spiritual Lives and 2 Great Spirit Elixirs. Sorry, I had something in my throat there. So yeah, you have a lot less healing at your disposal in Master Ninja mode. Now, real quick, we're going to equip the Lunar for the upcoming fight. Also, I'm going to bring up... wrong button. The Karma score count. Karma is our points for the game. You get points for doing various things in the game. It also gives you a timer to... give you a time limit to beat in fights. If you beat that, you get 10,000 karma. Lots of points. It also keeps track of how many enemies we've killed, and that awards us points based on how many we killed in an encounter, but it also allows us to track how deep we are into an encounter, because every encounter has a set number of enemies. And you see that bird right there? We're going to jump up. Yep. Little off here. We want to... Nope. Just angle this right. There we go, and we want to be quick. Get over here. We gotta skip that Ione Scroll for right now. We'll just come back for it because that bird dropped blue essence, fully charges our ultimate technique. Lets us take out these guys. Alright, that guy's down. We're gonna take that one. We're gonna put the dragon sword back on. Because on Master Mode, another guy comes out here. Let's just let him come to us. Oh, he grabbed me. Yep, that is the Red Ninja's counter. Ah, I screwed this up bad. Oh well, we're just gonna take this guy out the normal way now. Yeah, what I was trying to do was to hit him with a directional Y-slash. That would have launched him in the air, and then I could have charged an ultimate technique off of that yellow essence, but I screwed it up.
One of your most useful techniques is the flying bird flip. Jump towards a wall and run up it, then jump off again. This allows you to travel to areas that may first seem unreachable. Repeat the flying bird flip to climb certain shafts and passages.
Thank you, Ione. I already did that, but you know. Yeah, that's just a nice little bit of extra voice acting that I figure is worth showing off. This pot right here has yellow essence in it. If I had successfully killed that guy the way I wanted to, I would have broken that pot, then jumped up here and used those essences to fuel an ultimate technique, but I messed up. We We're also going into this fight in a bit of an undesirable situation, but I'll do my best to not screw it up. We want to be very careful about these red ninjas. Most of their attacks can be guarded, but not that grab that he does by flipping, so, alright. Alright, that's good. We can just counter him immediately. And you know what, let's take him out. Yeah, just do it off the ground. As you saw, we get points for our ultimate techniques there. A half-charged ultimate technique gives us 2,000 points, and a fully charged one gives us 5,000 points. So if you want a high score, you gotta use a lot of ultimate techniques. Aside from the obvious benefits of using them, high damage, invincibility, and of course, more money. Got more guys in here, let's use that essence again. Okay, ooh. Alright, we're in a dire situation now. Okay. So we want to get these guys... This is where we start spamming wall attacks. Wall attacks are very good, they do excellent damage, and they're invincible during their duration. Let's see if we can't get some health from these guys. Nope. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go right into this room, and we're just going to use those yellow essences to fuel an ultimate technique. Yeah, and this might seem a little cheesy, but you really want to be doing fights this way because they are not really that fair to you. Okay. Whoop. Alright, so we want to make sure we know where all these guys are. One of the annoying things about this game is that it has a free-flow combat system where Ryu does not, you do not manually choose what Ryu targets. When I want to hit enemies on the ground, sometimes Ryu just prefers to attack enemies that are standing. Not really anything you can do about. And oof, that puts us in a bad situation. Yeah, I was trying to charge an ultimate technique there, but just couldn't get to work. Alright. And I'm having pretty bad luck with the health here. As you can see, we've got an alternate type of ninja here. These are basic black spider ninjas, and he got me. Yeah, that's just an unfortunate reality of Master Ninja Mode. It's very hard, fights can spiral out on you very quickly, and this is by far the hardest chapter in the game. We don't have any of the things that would really help us here. We don't have counterattacks, we don't have Izuna drop. We have to rely on just our wits and the most powerful techniques we do have at our disposal, which are, of course, ultimate techniques. Now, typically when I die, I'm just going to cut ahead to where I died and just do that until I complete the fight. But obviously, since we're just starting out here and I've wasted a lot of time explaining, we can get through what we've done before relatively quickly. So hopefully I can do this fight a bit better, get it closer to what I was intending to do. So when I launch this guy in the air, I want to make sure I hit him with the full salvo of shuriken. Okay, and that's yellow essence this time. Alright, so we want to... Oop. Man, I'm screwing this up bad. And he's just gonna fall down and die. Oh well. So yeah, I messed that up really bad, and unfortunately that's just is how it's gonna be for a lot of this. It's a lot harder to do this when you're trying to commentate on it as well. And I did grab both the potions, right? Yeah. And I scared off the bird, but that's okay. So we'll do this the normal way. Now these guys are gonna rush towards us, and I screwed up. Alright. Yeah, sometimes you just get a little flustered and start messing up, but that is okay. This is going to be an interesting exercise in keeping my cool during recording. When I was younger and I recorded this, I was definitely a much more crass person at the time and much more prone to anger, trying to be a bit of a different guy this time around. And I always see these mess-ups as an opportunity to just improve, tighten up my gameplay. Let's see. Now, there was something I was gonna mention. Ow. Oh well. It'll come to me eventually. Probably after I'm done recording. Now, if I screw up on these fights again, I will just cut ahead to the part we were at. Okay, here he comes. Oop. Here's what I want to do. That move puts a lot of knockdown on the enemy. It takes them a while to get up, so if we have essence to fuel an ultimate technique, we can just charge a full one off of that guy's knockdown. Very nice. Alright, let's get the lunar back out again. And hopefully I can do everything that I was trying to do a bit more cleanly now. So this bird can be very tricky to hit, because we don't have any way to directly control the way that our shuriken go. And we'll take these guys out again. And that actually took out both of them. That's very nice. Once again, the Dragon Sword is a lot more consistent on this guy, so we'll let him come out. Hopefully he'll spin at us. Nope, he did the grab. Alright. There's the spin, but I screwed up. That's okay. We'll just do a basic way to take this guy out. Do the ground stab. That move is actually very finicky to get off when you're up against multiple opponents. When jumping up here and we're going to grab essence to fuel our attack, we want to make sure to take the right wall. That'll put us right towards the ninja fortress. Taking the other wall would put us away from it. This allows us to take out the lunar and absorb that essence really quickly to hit these guys as they come out. So let's grab this yellow essence. We'll use the other yellow essence from the other dead guy and the lantern to fuel an ultimate technique here. Take out this black spider ninja. Now, important thing to note... Oof, that didn't work out. Important thing to note about killing enemies with ultimate techniques, they will only ever drop yellow essence when you kill them with ultimate techniques. So if you want to get health back, probably a good idea to lay off the ultimate techniques. Ooh. Yeah, that attack, if it hits you in its entirety, it is nasty. Alright, we got this. Kind of an undesirable situation to be in. Okay. So that guy didn't drop any health, so we're just gonna go straight into this fight. You may have noticed there's a chest in that room, but we'll come back for that when we're in a better situation. Okay, here's where we do the wall attack spam. Now, you may notice that combo attack there, at the very end of it is a guard breaking attack. There are two types of guard breaks in this game, guard breaks and guard crushes. Guard crushes are the same as guard breaks, they put you in a vulnerable state, but they also deal damage. So you want to be very mindful of that. Thankfully, none of the enemies at this point in the game have guard crushing attacks. So as long as we are aware of what attacks are guard breaks, okay, did not get any blue essence there. Ah. Now, one thing that I was trying to mention there is that, there we go, just before I cut ahead back to this point, when you are landing and you go to absorb essence for an ultimate technique, it comes to you immediately on landing. Trying to raw absorb it from the ground is much slower. Alright, I'll meet you back in this room again, hopefully in a better situation. Alright, there we go. This room has 9 enemies to kill, and once they're all down, that's it. And the room unlocks. Now, we are not out of the woods yet. This next room coming up can be really nasty. Kind of puts us in a bit of a bad situation, so hopefully I can get through it okay. Alright, coming in here. Want to roll in, be guarding. Oh, that's bad. Alright, we want to jump on these guys' heads and get over here, and then we're going to start doing wall attacks off here. Thankfully, with the cramped quarters here, it makes it hard to control them, but it also makes it easier to hit all of them with wall attacks. Alright. Oh, now, you may be noticing the explosions there. That is their incendiary shurikens. I actually kind of misspoke slightly. Yeah, brutal stuff. The incendiary shurikens, they lodge in you if they connect. They explode after a bit. You can dodge roll to avoid the damage, but if they explode in you, they are a guard-crushing attack. Deal some light damage to you, and obviously put you in a very bad situation to get hit with more attacks, as you saw right there. Alright, another cut. Alright, there we go, got that. Needed to get good control of the hallway here, but we're not out of the woods yet. Here comes another room. Awesome! That guy dropped blue essence. That means I can just totally send this room to Cheese Town. These guys drop in, we ultimate technique. Very good, that's perfect, that's beautiful. Sometimes the game is nice like that. But yeah, just do the ultimate techniques as those guys drop in, and we got it. And one more, but one solitary ninja, not too much to worry about. Alright, oof. That was brutal. It took me quite a few tries to get back to this point, but I'm so glad that we got to that point with that room going so perfectly. Oh, we got 10,000 yellow essence. We're actually doing really good on essence. By the end of this level, I want to have about 15k, I'd say. That should allow me to do all the purchases I want to make in the next chapter. Now, I've been doing every fight up to this point, but you're going to have to forgive me for skipping one. We're just going to run right through this room. When you run out of a room, you forfeit the karma points for it, but it is totally worth it in this case because the save point is right here. And believe me, nothing is worse than getting to this room and dying on it. But as you can see, we get a little message from the dragon statue. And he allows us to save our progress, which we are going to do. Now, you see how it says 5 minutes there? My recording has been going on for 41 minutes right now. Yeah, this is brutal. When I was first practicing this chapter, it took me about 4 hours of combined effort to get here. It did not help that I was dealing with a bit of depression at the time. Probably did not help me play well, but yeah, it took me quite some time to get here. Now that we're at this point, for the time being, I'm going to switch to the Dragon Sword. We're going to save this room for later. I will do a successful run of it just to show off what it's like, but we want to walk on this trapdoor, and alright, this guy, I want to do this, that, and we can start charging up the ultimate technique. There we go. As you can see, we got some bats in this room here. We can just hit them with shuriken. Bats are pretty nice for us because they can drop blue essence for us. This is our first chance to heal without items and killing tougher enemies, if we so desired. This chest here has another Elixir of Spiritual Life, the last one we get. I have not been using any of my elixirs at this point because we cannot replace them until the next chapter. You have finite healing supplies for this chapter, and believe me, you definitely want them for the boss. We're going to take out the Lunar again. Now, in this cavern here, nothing is in here on this mode. If you were on normal mode, the Fangs of the Samurai would be located in this cavern, and that's the key item that you need to continue with this dungeon. What is in this chest? Bats! Yeah, the higher difficulties have booby-trapped chests with enemies in them. Occasionally you'll get bats, or something worse. We'll deal with what the something worse is later. Alright, so we want to get these lanterns destroyed. They drop yellow essence. You can probably imagine what we're about to do with that essence. We'll go back for that Ione Scroll, but right here, we want to use our ultimate technique, because two guys pop in right here. Couldn't... Oh. Man, that was terrible. That's okay. We have access to the save point at this point, so I'm not as worried about doing badly. But let's get the Ione Scroll here.
Some ledges or platforms above you can be reached simply by jumping towards them and running straight up. The path of the ninja is one that must be walked alone, and only you can forge that path. I must go now, but I will contact you again before long.
Ione, we've done that several times to get to this point. That was not very good advice. And yes, that is the last Ione Scroll for this chapter, but that is not the last of Ione, so if you are a fan of her, probably from DOA, then there will be more of Ione in this game. A lot more in Ninja Gaiden Black. Ione had very minimal presence in the 2004 Ninja Gaiden, and I'll go over that as we go through this game. But with the Fangs of the Samurai, you can of course put them in the Samurai, and he will give us the Key of Courage. This is what we need to get to the boss of this area. Now, you may remember there is a treasure chest in the room that I passed here. Now that we don't have to worry about going through this room and we saved our game, we're going to come in through here. This room, the reason I didn't want to come back to it immediately is because the enemies respawn on the first time around. Same for the Samurai Armor Hallway. The enemies respawn your first time back through it. I didn't want to deal with that, so we were coming back later. And ultimately, I'm not too worried about yellow essence at this point, so we can just take these guys on a bit more cleanly. Very nice. You may notice I'm doing that poke attack with the Lunar a lot. That's just XY. Very good move. A very good get-off-me move. Does good damage. Chain that together can kill them very easily without ultimate techniques. And we get a Lives of the Thousand Gods. Lives of the Thousand Gods are your health-increasing items for this game. You just use it, and you get more life. These are not the only health-increasing item. Of course, Lives of the Thousand Gods. We also have our standard Life of the Gods. You may notice those characters below the item icon up there. Those are the slots for our Lives of the Gods. We need 9 of those to get a health upgrade. Yeah, if you thought you disliked it when Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword made it 5 heart pieces to get a new heart, you ain't seen nothing yet. On normal mode, there are 27 Life of the Gods, and I think it's like 11 Lives of the Thousand Gods. The higher difficulties replace a lot of those with Life of the Gods, or 2 of those. There are 45 to collect on hard, very hard, and master mode, so we do have to collect a bit more to get more health. We're going to head to the save point for right now. And now we'll take this room on, since I can just repeat it immediately. Okay, because it has a new enemy that's worth talking about. Well, new enemy to you, since you haven't seen it yet, the Windmill Ninja. These guys are purple, and they're very annoying. 2 more of their attacks in the combo that they do are guard breaking, and they have a Windmill Shuriken that is also a guard crushing attack. These guys can be very dangerous, and this room is very awkward. The walls are very awkwardly spaced together, or placed, so it makes it very hard to do wall attacks consistently, and the Windmill Ninjas can mess with your guard something fierce. Okay. This is honestly the hardest room for me, just because of how weird it is. I always have a tough time and tend to get killed pretty badly here. Okay, let's poke this guy. Oh, and of course I fell. Yeah, that's just something that happens that time. Okay, we get the basic gist of that room. I believe it is 3 Windmill Ninjas, and 3 Black Spider Ninjas, and 3 Red Ninjas, and then the fight is over. We'll just continue on our way with the dungeon. One nice thing about coming back through this area is, of course, the bats respawn, so we can top our health off a little bit, which will be handy for the coming areas. Incidentally, I'm going to switch to the Dragon Sword for a couple of the upcoming enemies, just because it's a bit more ideal for taking them out. We will be switching back to the Lunar one more time, and then the Dragon Sword to end off the level. Like I said, no reason to use the Nunchucks here. They're not very good for this level. I certainly haven't had much success trying to use them, though maybe their wall attacks are decent, and their combos can actually catch enemies in that spin attack and knock them out of it, which is pretty nice. Probably wasn't worth it to save there, but whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty close to where I want to be on Yellow Essence, so I'm not too worried about getting into more fights. Alright, let's... Oop. Yeah, the Incendiary Shuriken can knock you out of your attacks, which is very annoying. Yeah, dealing with multiples of these guys, just a very... Yeah, try not to get hit with that. Alright, is this guy gonna drop health? Yes, I want that health. Alright, so next we're going to bring out the Lunar. This next room coming up, this is the room that we need the Key of the Courage for. We're going to be dealing with 3 enemies at a time in a cube-shaped room. So, this will be good for the Lunar. Got a few more Windmill Ninjas coming right here. Let's take this guy out really quickly. Definitely don't want these guys to get set up, and unfortunately, was not able to. Now, there is a cheese strat you can do for this room. You can get all these guys down on the lower floor here, and then go up to that balcony, and then just charge UTs as they come in. Oh, well, here's what we're going to do for this now. Let's just take out this Red Ninja. Now, I actually do want to take out these Black Spider Ninjas. Black Spider Ninjas have a very high chance of dropping Blue Essence, especially if you don't already have full health. So when you have a chance where you want to heal, it's a good idea to just kill the Black Ninjas normally. Black Spider Ninjas. Alright. Did not get any health from that one. How about this guy? Woo! Woo! Well, I got it, but might have just wasted it. Well, now that there's only one of them, we can take him out a lot more easily. That's kind of unideal going into this fight with low health, but it's okay. Now, after this fight is over, we definitely want to go back to save. In the next room is the boss, and you definitely don't want to do that fight again, although it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, considering how much damage I took there. I usually get more Blue Essence from the Black Spider Ninjas, but no such luck there. Also, it's a bit of a plot hole that we're fighting Black Spider Ninjas here, for reasons that we'll get into around Chapter 4 or so, but that is purely just for the sake of making this harder. Now, coming up here is the first boss, and he is quite the doozy. When Ninja Gaiden first came out in 2004, he proved to be quite a stopping block for new players. Let's see how it is on Master Mode.
I see you have made it this far.
This is Mirai, and he is quite difficult for a first boss, and as you can see, he has help. On the higher difficulties, all bosses get help to make the fight much tougher for you. And of course, since this is Master Mode, he gets red ninjas. What else did you expect at this point? And I died immediately. Yeah, that did not go very well. But managing bosses in the higher difficulties, all about getting rid of their help as soon as possible so you can focus purely on the boss. Unfortunately, that is actually quite difficult in Mirai's case. The camera is not very agreeable, and the red ninjas know it. When Mirai is towards the front, they will just hang back around him and chuck incendiary shurikens, and whenever you close in on them, Mirai will make sure to get close too so that he can whack you while you're distracted. Very, very tough to deal with, and yeah, it's quite a hassle to manage it. Now, we're going to be sticking to the Dragon Sword because it's the ideal weapon for dealing damage to Mirai. Not always the ideal weapon for dealing with the red ninjas. Alright, that's good. Let's, oh. I was gonna stab that guy, but unfortunately the incendiary shuriken knocked me out of it. That's just something you gotta deal with on occasion. Alright, this is good, this is good. We got these guys on one side. Ooh. Okay. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use my Great Spirit Elixir. Kind of wanted to kill these guys so I could get some health off of them. Ugh. Could not dodge that from the damage, or dodge that to eliminate the damage, but I did at least get the guard crush on it, which is less painful to deal with. Now, like I said, we want to get these ninjas out first and foremost. Ugh. Alright, actually did manage to get some damage on Mirai there. Oof. As you can see, yeah, the camera does not really work too well in this fight. There we go, managed to hit him with that. Now, we're getting close to actually a pretty important mark for this fight. At the 25% damage mark, Mirai will get more help to come in, 2 more red ninjas. And that's how it goes for every boss. They start with 2 enemies, then after you damage 25 or to about 20 to 25% of their health and damage, then they'll have 2 more come in to take their place if they're dead. And of course, if there's still 1 in there when you hit those marks, then they'll start spawning in immediately, 1 at a time. Now, the way to damage Mirai here, you do not have very good opportunities to hit him. As you can see, I'm doing a standing heavy slash here with the directional attack, and between his attacks we can occasionally hit him. You see that dash attack that he's doing there? On each difficulty level he can do that 1 more time, except on Master Mode where he gains a chance to do it up to 5 times, and I am not sure what determines that. It seems to be random how many times he dashes. As you can see, we've hit the mark where more enemies are coming in, so we want to, again, focus on dealing with them. And, of course, Mirai has the classic Ninja Gaiden grab attacks. Since we took about 50% of our health and damage there, we're going to top ourselves off with an Elixir of Spiritual Life. Okay, that's very good. And let's see if I can't... Nope. Yeah, I'm not going too well here. Oop. As you can see, he can hurt his own allies there, which you can work to your advantage on occasion. And if they get killed by Mirai, they will still drop their essence. As you can see, I did not hit him between attacks there, so the half-charge ultimate technique just didn't go through. He just blocked it. Now, if you hit him repeatedly, there is a chance that it'll go into a counter stance, and on the dropping of that stance, then you can hit him. All the opportunities you get to hit the Mirai are very limited, so this is a very tricky fight, and you gotta be really patient. And you can imagine this being quite troublesome for people who were just dealing with brown ninjas up to this point. Because in principle, he's not really that different between the difficulty modes. He doesn't even hit that much harder, really. Okay. Red ninjas should be coming in after the next hit I get. Yep, here they come. Guys? Okay, maybe not. I must have misjudged that. Now, as you can see, I've been doing wall attacks liberally. He'll usually dodge out of the way, but sometimes you'll catch him in the middle of an action, and the wall attack will go through. Now, you may notice that sometimes I'm hitting him when he does the nunchucks, and sometimes I'm not. I'm not really sure what determines when your attacks go through. That is kind of an annoying property of a lot of bosses in Ninja Gaiden, and certainly all the really tough ones. A lot of the times your attacks just fail due to RNG more than anything. It's really annoying, and I really dislike it, but it's just something we gotta deal with. Alright, there we go. Now the ninjas should be coming in. Yep. Okay. Oh, nice! Got him with the tail end of that. Yeah, as you can see, Ryu's auto-targeting there, not always perfect. I wanted to go for the ninja there, but he just wanted to hit Mirai. Okay, that's one down. Just stab this guy. Yeah, I couldn't get that through. Yeah, trying to hit him with the half-charged ultimate technique. I've also seen that called an ET. I'm not really sure what that stands for. I assume Essence Technique, although it doesn't really make too much sense. But yeah, that's... Oh, that was his counter stance. I could have hit him as he dropped it, but I wasn't expecting it to come. Yeah, the lack of consistency between Mirai's actions do make it kind of hard to figure when's the best chance to hit him. But hey, that was pretty good luck there. Oof. That was not good luck. Oof. Yeah, grab attacks, very dangerous in this game. They come out quick and they hit hard. Alright, here comes the next set of ninjas. You do these fights enough, eventually you start to remember when the ninjas just come in as a matter of course. Ooh, yeah, those annoying grab attacks. Fun fact, that grab attack was not in Ninja Gaiden Vanilla. That was added to the higher level ninjas when it was realized that you could sort of just guard spam to deal with them. Okay. Now, Mirai, you actually do not need to get his health all the way down. The fight stops just a little bit short, but it is pretty close to the end that he... Okay. If he could kill that guy for me, that would be appreciated. Yep. Okay. If these guys could just do the spin attack, I could block that. Okay, he is so close. Yes!
The dragon sword. So your father is still in the sacred wilderness.
Yes. He has entrusted me with the sword while he continues his training. He never seems satisfied with the power he wields.
Someday you will come to understand the pursuit of power. Perhaps beginning with your training here. And what of the sister blade, the Dark Dragon? Has he left you in charge of protecting it as well?
It remains in the village under the protection of my father's clan. They will ensure that the sword remains untouched. Its dark power sealed.
It is a shame that such a sword must go untouched, such power unused. Alas, I am not of the dragon lineage. The sword is not of my concern.
Master Mirai, the Hayabusa village. Master Ryu.
And yes, that was just a training exercise. All those guys died to help Ryu become stronger. That's why I was saying he was so cold with that guy at the start. I have to wonder if those guys knew that this was a training exercise they were being thrown at. Well, whatever. We've got our end of chapter results screen. As you can see, we are judged on our time, our kills, the amount of essence we got, and our Nimpo, which we don't have yet. Essence is a bit of an interesting category. That is the difference between the amount of essence you gained and the amount of essence you spent. So if you spent more essence than you gained, you would have a 0 for this and you'd get 0 points. I'm not exactly sure what the thresholds are for getting the max points, but it's 10,000 is the maximum for essence anyway, so it's not a huge deal. And obviously clear time and kills, pretty intuitive what those are for. We got Head Ninja. Now, for these end-of-chapter rankings, I've read that the only thing that matters is the number of kills and your clear time, and in most chapters it's just the clear time, and sometimes there are kill thresholds, and there is also a wild card factor in some chapters that will determine your ranking here. Head Ninja is just below Master Ninja, which is the ultimate ranking you can get. Sadly, I'm just a Head Ninja. But hey, I'm doing the best I can. Now, I mentioned at the start that Ione is voiced by Janice Koei, and that is the case for all Ninja Gaiden games, though funnily enough, not Dead or Alive. In the games that are actually dubbed for Dead or Alive, she has had a rotating cast of voice actresses, and it's only the most recent one, Dead or Alive 6, where she actually was voiced by Janice Koei. However, that brief sound clip right there, that was recorded for Ninja Gaiden 2004, and in that one, Ione was basically not voiced at all. So Tara Strong, who voices another character in this game, stepped in and recorded that line. You have to listen closely to hear it since it's so brief, but you can definitely tell it's her. Now, standing over here is Mirai. He says we should probably hurry and go help our people. In Ninja Gaiden 2004, he would actually give you a tutorial on how to use Essence to fuel ultimate techniques. In Ninja Gaiden 2004, you couldn't actually charge ultimate techniques without Essence. He would also teach you how to dodge for some reason. You'd have had to do a ton of dodging to get to this point, so I'm not sure why he teaches that second. Whatever. But as you can see, when a chapter ends, you do not get the option to save your progress. You actually do have to trek all the way back to a save point in order to do so. But thankfully, there is one right here, with no fights on the way. Sometimes that will not always be the case, and it can be a little sadistic when it isn't. But I think we've made good progress for this chapter. I've certainly made good progress on recording, since I'm at over an hour now. So yeah, I got some editing work to do to get this to be watchable, but as always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you when we take on Chapter 2. But before we do that, we will be taking a look at something else, so I hope you're excited for that. Until next time, goodbye.